Amber Adams, Director for Team Shout It Out here. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I use Avery at home, and I create my own custom labels to put on anything from catalogs all the way to samples. You will notice that I have two different shirts on during this video, and that is because when I recorded this the other day, apparently part of it did not record and I thought it did, and it just caught on to about half of what I was saying. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and cut to what it did pick up on, and hopefully you guys learned something from this tutorial. Avery labels have become a huge part of my business. I used to rely heavily on a third party to print all of my labels and all of that stuff, but it's just so much easier for me to do it from home. If I run out, I don't have to scrounge and figure out, oh no, what am I going to do? I don't have any labels. I can just literally pull it up, print it, and be on my way. Avery is kind of a little bit intimidating if you don't really know what you're dealing with, but I'm going to walk you through the best way that I know how, and I'm going to teach you some things that I didn't know along the way that I wish I had known. So before I get into it too far, I'm just going to tell you what I have and what I'm working with. So there may be things that you have to do differently if you don't have the same tools that I have. I have iPhone that I use to do a lot of airdrop, especially for my little Bitmoji graphics. I airdrop a lot from my phone to my iMac, which is what I'm on now. And I also have an HP printer at home. I have HP Instant Ink, which is why I have Avery labels. It's a whole thing. But if you don't have these tools, you can still do this. Just send it through Facebook Messenger to a friend, or you can literally Facebook message yourself. You can email it to yourself. Whatever you have to do to get it to where it needs to be, that's what you want to do. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be doing what I do whenever I design my labels. So I'm going to minimize myself because it's not super important that you see me. And I'm going to pull up, I like working with Google Chrome. Google Chrome is a more Windows-friendly internet browser. You can use Safari, you can use literally any internet browser that you want to, but I like working with Google Chrome because I've found that that is the browser that compares best with my HP printer. But anyway, you'll go to avery.com and log in, and if you've never done a project before, your screen won't look like this, it'll be blank. But as you can see, I have 47 different projects. So I've used Avery labels for quite a while. These are some of the more recent ones that I've done. Whenever I do my fun mail for the month for my customers, I make address labels for them with a cute little graphic. I have these guys here are for my VIP group. This is the thank you stickers that I use for my orders. I love referrals. Thank you for a referral. This is my last round of Scentsy soak samples that I done. I had aloe water and cucumbers, so I used these for that. These are my catalog labels for this time. And I'm going to pull myself back up real quick. Okay. I am going to show you what I'm going to be creating labels for. So I have another round of Scentsy soak. This is going to be Cozy Cardigan Scentsy soak. I'm going to be making labels for this. I have some Black Raspberry Vanilla Scentsy Fresh that I'm making labels for, and I have Pineapple Coconut Vanilla Body Mist. I think that's what it's called. Body mist, body spray, whatever. I have that I'm going to be making sample labels for as well. So back to this. So as you can see, I started dilly-dallying around with the Black Raspberry Vanilla Fresh, I didn't really like this label, so I'm probably going to go a different route. This was the first Squeeze the Day label that I came up with, but I ended up going with this one. And I am loving the QR code, so we will get a little more into that as we go. And again, I'm going to pull myself back up because I keep forgetting that I need to show you things. So on any Avery label that you have, if you keep this thing, the folder that it comes in, you're going to need this number here. But if you don't keep this, that's fine. You will find that number up here or down here in the corner. So what you're going to do, I think I'm going to work on, I'm going to do the Scentsy Soak labels first. So what I'm going to do is, because this is Scentsy Soak, I've done the smaller labels. These were the 1 2/3 inch labels that I done. I'm really, really liking these 2.5 inch labels. They're bigger, they're just more like out there and in your face. So that's what I'm going to go with for my Scentsy Soak this time. So all I'm going to do, remember that number that I showed you, I'm going to tap that number up here, 5294. And I'm going to hit enter. So it's going to bring up all of these different products. So you can order these online, which I don't recommend to do from them because you can get them way cheaper in store or on Amazon. You'll find templates and help. So you go to the templates, start designing. Now remember I said if you don't have some of the tools that I'm going to be using, you can use any of these. So you can upload a Microsoft Word document, Photoshop document, Illustrator, PDF, and Apple Pages. Start designing. And I always do the blank one. Just select this design, the blank one. So what I'm going to do with, what I normally start with is like a base color, because I don't really love just blank white labels. Every now and then it's kind of cool. You know, just to have kind of like a plain black background, but I do like a color. So you'll go down to the shape. I'm just choosing a circle here, and cool, that puts a circle on there for us. So I'm going to take away that outline because I don't need that. And let's go with, oh, the color wheel, that's what I was looking for. So I want something over in this area. I want more of a light color. Maybe, no. Okay, well, we're getting there. Alright, that's pretty. Okay, so we'll apply that. And I'm just going to make this bigger to cover the whole area. Cool. So, next, I am going to go on my little Bitmoji and find my little girl, because I know that I had a little graphic that I wanted to use for the Scentsy Soak, and I'm going to grab that. So I'm going to pull myself up again. So whenever you are on Bitmoji, so there's this one of the girl in a bathtub, and I really like the one that says self-care, and I know you can't see that, but I really like the one that says self-care, and I really like the one of her just like chilling out in a bathtub. So on Bitmoji, whenever you click on it, you can kind of see it now. Click on your thing, and then you just airdrop it, and you'll see it come up here. It's going to airdrop to my computer. Open. There it is. So that's the little girl that I'm going to be putting on there. So we're going to go to image, add an image. Okay, so this is what I have that I'm working with here. So I'm going to put on here text, add a text box. This is Cozy Cardigan Scentsy Soak Sample. So I'm going to move this up. I'm going to find a cute little font that I like to use. Now the one thing about Avery is that you are very limited on fonts, and I have like my favorite fonts that I always use. So I'm just gonna go to good old faithful here that I always use. I think it's called, yeah, Shadows and Delight. Use that one a ton. And if you don't know, I used to do graphic design in high school. So whenever you are doing anything, you want your font at the top to be bigger, and as you go down, it needs to get smaller. That's just like a design 101 type of thing. So let's see. And this thing's probably going to yell at you, but as long as you're not like way over this line here. This is the safety line, so this might get cut off, but as long as you're not like over this line, you're good. And I do the color over that line just because I want to make sure that the whole circle is covered in color. So, okay. Put this little girl here. We're going to leave that there, and I'm going to put some directions on here because they may not know what Scentsy Soak is. They may have no idea what in the world that is. They're going to be like, Amber, what did you put in my bag? So I'm going to put some directions. Oh, I really like the Sue Ellen one too. We're going to go a little smaller on this one, probably about a 10. Because I want it to add up to about the size of this picture here. Okay, cool. So the thing about this one is that it's kind of a little bit boring. So I'm going to take this, and I'm probably going to play with the color. I'll probably do white just because I really like the look of white. Okay, yeah, I like that. We'll leave this black. And then what we're going to do is something that's really, really cool. So we're going to open a new tab, and we're going to go to our website. Of course, not mine. You want to go to your website. So because this is Scentsy Soak, I'm going to search Scentsy Soak, or you can literally go through and find it here. It's just faster to Google, or not to Google, to search Scentsy Soak. All of these wonderful things come up, and sometimes some extra stuff comes up. I mean, obviously that is out of stock, but like, hey, you know. So you're going to take this and you are going to cut it. So on a Mac, it's going to be the little butterfly button, X. If you're on Windows, I think it's Command X. And then you're going to back over to your Avery, come down here to where it says QR and barcodes, and we're going to add barcode or QR code. We're going to enter manually. Then you're going to come through here and you're going to look for QR code. Okay, so you're going to go here, choose URL, and then you're going to butterfly V or Command V and put your website there. So you've came here, you have cut the page here, gone here, done this, and then you're pasting it here. So then we're going to hit finish. Now, something to keep in mind with these little barcodes, the QR codes, they are small and they do need to print a little bit bigger in order to work correctly. So I try to make them pretty large on my background here. So I have this, and I'm going to put a little thing here. So let's get some text going again. Add a text box, and we're going to say, hover your smartphone's camera over this code to buy now. And again, we're going to play with some color because it's looking a little bit boring right now. So let's go here and okay, that's okay. So we're going to make this fit. Alright, let's see if we like this. I think I want to change this font. Maybe. That's another thing with design. You don't want to get too many fonts going, and whenever you find a font that works, you kind of want to stick to that font family. So I'm going to go back to the shadows into light and see how that looks. I like how this one looks better. That one just looks a little bit neater. Try to... Yep. Okay, that's cute. So I'm going to play around with the background here because I'm not loving this color. So I'm going to pull up the color wheel again. Just, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. I like that much better. So now you're going to see like these things are going to pop a little bit more. So, okay, I think I'm happy with this. So after that, you're going to preview and print, and it's going to be like, hey, your stuff's outside. And you're going to be like, okay, cool, whatever. Continue. And I have the labels that I have right now. I had 2 extra that I used from the ones before. So I'm not going to be printing the whole sheet, and I will show you how to fix that. I'm going to stick my labels in the printer real quick. And before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and save this one. And I'm going to say cozy cardigan soak sample. And the reason that I didn't like look up cozy cardigan and do like click onto that and just do this and copy this link is because maybe they like the Scentsy soak, but they didn't like that scent, right? So if they scan that QR code and it brings them to this page, they're going to see all of these different scents. Or maybe they loved that scent and they're like, oh man, that's awesome. They're going to see all these other scents and they're going to be like, well, I need to try pink cotton. I need to try now and zen. I need to try aloe water and cucumber. And then there's this cool little thing here at the bottom and it's like, what's that? So they're going to click onto that and it's going to get them looking a little more into your website than it normally would. And another reason that I really love that barcode, that QR code, is because once they scan it, it literally takes them right to my website. They don't have to remember my name. They don't have to have my phone number. They don't have to look up my website. They don't have to type it in exactly and make sure that they spell it right and get it all correct. It's literally going to take them right there. So that's one reason that I really, really love these QR codes. So we're going to save it to my account so that whenever I go back, this is going to be on my main page like the others were. So because I said these 2 I printed from before, you can go in and like literally choose which ones you want printed. You can say print the whole sheet, or you can say print 3 to 12. What I start off with because, you know, technology isn't always our friend. I always start off by doing one label to see how it prints, to see how it comes out. And then you hit get PDF to print, open PDF, and then from here you're going to, I hit butterfly P, you can go up to file, print, whatever you need to do. So I'm going to print. Alright, so inspecting this, I'm probably going to change the color of this because it's hard to see with that light background. But everything else looks pretty good. I mean, it's not like the best quality in the world, but I mean, it looks pretty cute. So, and one thing that I always do is I make sure that that QR code works. So if you've never done this before, you literally open up the camera on your phone, you hover over it, and there is something that's going to pop up here, and you just click on that, and it takes you right to that website. Come on, pick up my phone. Ooh. Okay, now you can see it a little bit. But, I mean, it takes you right to the page that we were on my desktop. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. So, I'm going to make a couple of edits on that. So, I'm just going to go back here, edit my design. And I'm going to change this color. I really like this color down here. I like how it showed up, and it's a little bit of a darker. I really love that burgundy red anyway. So I'm going to pick that one and apply and preview. And I'm going to print number 4. And we are going to stick my labels back in. Get a PDF to print. And it's going to say, hey, do you want to save this? And I always say, yeah, save it. And it doesn't create doubles. So if you just hit save, it'll save in the place of what you've already saved before. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Open PDF, print, print. Much, much, much better. So much better. Love it. So here I am again. Turned out way better than that one up there. So that's what, that looks really good. Your next relaxing session, let me pour the contacts in this. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back and I'm going to say print from 5 to 12. Get a PDF, open, print, print. And because my next sheet is going to be full, I'm going to go back. Oh, I didn't need to hit edit. I'm going to go back to preview and print, and I'm going to say print all. Get a PDF, open, print, print. So that is 22 labels. I think I had 25 samples. So I'm just going to leave that because I don't want to make more than I need to print. So I'm just going to leave this and I'll go back to design another label. So I'll go back to here and I'll say leave. And now you're going to see that that is in my history. So if I ever make cozy cardigan samples again, those are already there, ready for me to go. All I have to do is click on it and print just like before. So that's it, friends. From the very beginning stages of seeing what I wanted in my head to designing, printing, and officially labeling my sample, this guy is ready to go, ready to brighten up someone's life. I'm so happy with how these turned out, and this can be put toward any kind of label that Avery offers. Let me know if you want to see me do another label design. I did happen to record another as I was doing this one, but I figured this was pretty long and good enough to get to the point. I do have some more advanced things that you can do within Avery, so let me know if that's something that you would want to see. But like I said, I'm so excited to see what you guys are going to use this for, how you're going to use it to brand yourself. Are you going to use it to make your samples look a little more professional? Are you going to use it to organize your life? In the description part of this video, I will link what printer I have, and I'll also add my HP ink referral code. If you use that, you get, I want to say 3 months free of instant ink. So if that's something that you are thinking about doing, if you print a lot, I definitely highly recommend HP Instant Ink. But until next time, I will see you guys. Goodbye.